William Morrow and HarperAudio present The Dance of Connection. How to talk to someone when you're mad, hurt, scared, frustrated, insulted, betrayed, or desperate. By Harriet Lerner. Read by Heni Zoutomou. To my best friends. Prologue. Back to the sandbox. I recently heard a story. Two little kids are playing together in a sandbox in the park with their pails and shovels. Suddenly, a huge fight breaks out, and one of them runs away screaming, "I hate you! I hate you!" In no time at all, they're back in the sandbox, playing together as if nothing has happened. Two adults observe the interaction from a nearby bench. "Did you see that?" one comments in admiration. "How do children do that? They were enemies 5 minutes ago." "It's simple," the other replies. "They choose happiness over righteousness." Grown-ups rarely make such a choice. We have a terrible time stepping aside from our anger, bitterness, and hurt. We know that life is short, but damn it, we're not getting back in that sandbox until that other person agrees to having started it and admits to being wrong. Our need to balance the scales of justice is so strong that we lock ourselves into negativity at the expense of happiness and well-being. A great deal of suffering could be avoided if we could be more like those kids. We could lighten up and let things go. I feel calmed and relieved when my husband knocks at my study door in the middle of a fight, puts his arms around me, and says, "I love you. This is stupid. Let's just drop it." Like two kids in the sandbox, we're suddenly light and playful again. Of course, adult life is not always so simple. Some issues need to be revisited, not dropped, and talk is essential to this process. We need words to begin to heal betrayals, inequalities, and ruptured connections. Our need for language, conversation, and definition goes beyond the wish to put things right. Through words, we come to know the other person and to be known. This knowing is at the heart of our deepest longings for intimacy and connection with others. How relationships unfold with the most important people in our lives depends on courage and clarity in finding voice. This is equally true for our relationship with ourselves. Even when we are not being heard, we may still need to know the sound of our own voice saying out loud what we really think. Our challenge as adults is to develop a strong voice that is uniquely our own, a voice that reflects our deepest values and convictions. Once we are comfortable within that voice, we can bring it to our most important relationships. We can choose to move to the center of a difficult conversation, or we can let it go. We can speak, or decide not to. Whatever we choose, we can head back to the sandbox with clarity, wisdom, and intention. By doing so, we can strengthen the self and our connections, and have the best chance of achieving happiness during our time with each other. Chapter 1. Finding Your Voice. The thread that unites my work both as an author and as a psychotherapist is my desire to help people speak wisely and well, sometimes about the most difficult subjects. This includes asking questions, getting a point across, clarifying desires, beliefs, values, and limits. How such communication goes determines whether we want to come home or stay away at the end of the day. This is no simple matter, as glib terms like communication skills or assertiveness training imply. Assertiveness is considered a good idea, if not a cultural ideal. But despite decades of assertiveness training and lots of good advice about communicating with clarity, timing, and tact, we may do our best to speak, but still feel unheard. We may find that we cannot affect our husband or wife or partner, that fights go nowhere, that conflict brings only pain, rather than an opportunity for two people to learn more about each other. We may have the same dilemma with our mother, sister, or uncle, or close friend. The limits of good communication. We all want to communicate well and make ourselves heard. "He just doesn't get it," or "she's so critical," are sentiments I hear daily in my work. When we speak from the heart, we long for an ear to hear us, and we all have experienced that down feeling when we perceive ourselves as written off or misunderstood. I wish I could reassure you that reading this book will guarantee
Sample complete. Ready to continue?